charged on my feet, I'm like a factory. Dropping lines like an assembly.
How you doing, guys? Welcome to ZukaTube, and today we're going to be reviewing the first season of the show called From. I know that's a weird title, and it makes it, I guess, probably hard to search because you're just searching the word From, so a lot of things can come up when you're searching for that. But this show just aired February 20th of this year and had 10 episodes, and the last episode just aired last week. Now, this streams on a platform called Epix. I originally watched it through Hulu, and I think you can watch it through Hulu as well. But I'm going to play this trailer. We're going to go through, talk a little bit about it. I'll give you my review, and then we'll go into some spoilers at the end. But let's get right into this trailer. Hey!
Must have got knocked down in a
Hit
storm
that
or something.
roadblock.
It's a pretty selective storm.
What are they doing?
Can we just leave, please?
Jim!
Can we just leave, please?
Maybe we missed the sign for the highway.
We didn't miss the sign.
When the sun refused to shine. Can I help you?
We got on a
Ooh,
detour
spooky
off the
wookie
highway.
stuff going on in
Saw
this
some
little
trucks. Got your
town.
family with you?
Creepy peeps.
Yeah. I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of the highway.
Not a problem. And one thing I know is true.
What do you say?
Stay on the road.
Did we turn somewhere?
And they're back. These people, they get stranded here, you know, they're going back and back and back. Every time they go around,
How did we get
they just come back to
here?
the same place no matter which way they go. Oof, not good. Accidents.
Everybody in there okay?
This is impossible.
Yeah, it is.
Where are we?
I know none of this makes sense yet. But everyone in this town has been exactly where you are right now. Everyone sees the tree. Those groves.
We'll just get out of here, please.
Kevin, we are stuck.
We didn't come here. We were brought.
Yep. They're all basically stuck there.
I'm checking to see if they moved.
No way out.
What moved?
The trees.
It's important for you to understand what happens after dark.
Lock your
My
door.
dude Victor, that
Nail
old
your
man,
window shut.
looking at
Do
the
these
trees.
things, your family's gonna be safe.
Safe from what?
Oof. Doom.
I've
Doom.
missed you so much.
Megan, what are you doing?
Maybe I can come in.
This is what happens when you break the rules.
And I've got a clip of that specifically to show you, to give you an example of what this is.
They're coming.
There's only so many places we can go.
What are they?
You believe in monsters.
Please don't.
A man protects his family.
Get these people home, Sheriff.
Do everything I can.
Promise me.
So, pretty awesome trailer, right? Pretty spooky stuff going on. And I'm going to give you my own summary because the summary they have listed for this is very short and very vague, right? It says here for their summary online, it says, the residents of a small town search for a way out when unknown forces keep them from leaving. Really? That's a whack-ass summary. Okay, so let me just break this down for you here. This show starts out and it shows that family, right? They hit a roadblock, tree in the road, turn around, end up in a small town. Now, the whole thing is that they keep going through the small town over and over again. No matter what direction they go, they end up circling back into this small town here, right? You know, they try to talk to everybody. They kind of are a little weird, kind of funky. They're all kind of staring at them, and you know something's up right off the bat, right? So they got to circle back, and no matter what, they end up in the town. I keep saying circle back. It's like the Jen Psaki. Jen Psaki says circle back. And basically they realize they're trapped. And the RV ends up crashing with the family inside when another car comes at them on the road that I guess is also now trapped. And you realize that the town panics once nightfall comes, because once nightfall happens, everybody runs, locks themselves inside. And as you see in the trailer where it says like there's some rules and you hear like a bell chiming and stuff like that, that's because at night everyone locks themselves inside. They have these runes they put up on the doors and everything. They nail everything shut. And basically these monsters come and hunt them at night. They have no idea why they're there. They have no idea how they got there. They have no idea what these monsters are doing, if they're hunting them, if they abducted them. They have no idea what's going on. But the one thing they know is they're trapped, and they're all stuck together, and they have to survive, right? And this is very interesting, and you see an aspect of this show that kind of makes them feel almost like a vampire-esque monster right off the bat, because in the beginning they show the one girl where the old lady is talking to her through the window. Now I'm going to show you a clip of that and talk a little bit about that to give you my general like idea of what this could be. I'm going to leave a little bit of stuff out until the spoilers section, especially because I have a lot of questions. But let me just go ahead and play this clip.
Do you promise?
I promise. And
This
I
old
would
lady's
never break a promise.
trying to, get let inside. You see that rune stone right there next to the door. The mom's locking everything up.
I've missed you so much.
Oh, she missed you
Megan,
so
what are you
much,
doing?
huh?
You don't look like my grandma.
She's not your grandma.
I'm so lonely.
Baby, please just...
Maybe I can come in.
And they're very persuasive, like a vampire. And like a vampire, they need to be like invited in. So that kind of vibe they give you right away. But if you pause that moment and you look at that creature, it looks very almost like green alien, or not green alien, like gray alien-esque, like that traditional, like, bald head, like weird, like no nose type of deal, weird kind of mouth area. I don't know, it just has a really weird vibe, and they don't seem to be like able to be killed or able to be out in the daylight, and they are kind of separated by that boundary of, I guess, the rune stones in the homes, and the fact that they have to be invited into the home, unless of course I would assume you leave the door unlocked or a window open and they can invite themselves in a sense, right? Or they're kind of welcomed in by the sense that the door was already open. But basically it's a bunch of people, and they have all at different times, different years, even from different parts of the United States, have all basically ended up hitting this roadblock with the tree in the road. And then from there, they end up in the town, and then all of this stuff happens. Now, they show you that there is progression over time in this town, to where basically some people have been there for a while, to where like they didn't have some of the safety nets that they do now. Now they got a little bit more community growing and things like that, and they're a lot less helpless. But it's an interesting kind of horror thriller show that goes deep into like all that paranormal stuff. You wonder the whole time. It does a good job of making you think, like, is it more of the traditional horror monsters, like almost vampires or stuff like that, or are they trying to take you on a path of something more like religious, like stuff like religious mythology, or maybe just general horror, or I don't know, kind of almost like a more sci-fi route. Like, you have no idea where they're going to take the route of this show with the monsters at first. And it's interesting to watch everything progress over the first 10 episodes. The season is very good. I want to get right to the review part, because I want to go into the spoiler section, because the general summary for the show gives you an idea of what you're going to watch the entire first season. I'm going to say right off the bat, and it's not really that I'm spoiling anything in a sense, but that the first season is an introductory season. You know, it's introducing you to the citizens here, the situation that everybody's in, the kind of mystery that lies within, and then they give you a little bit more right before the end of the first season kind of deal. So just like most shows, simple kind of formula there, right? But with that being said, I'm going to give you my review. I'm going to give this show a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoy this show. There was a couple mild, slow parts throughout where they do some character development for a lot of the characters that I feel like, judging by how intense this show is, are probably just going to die, in my opinion. But, you know, they always do that in shows. I did love that aspect in a way in Game of Thrones, how they did that, and a lot of other shows. So I'm going to let that just be. I'll just let that be, right? And with that being said, again, a 9 out of 10. This is really good. The gore is good. You know, the whole aspect of the mystery behind why they're there, what the monsters are, you know, why these people were chosen to be there, or how they ended up being there, whatever way it happened. The whole general mystery behind it is the most intriguing aspect of this show. And it's really enjoyable to talk, especially like I've been talking a little bit with the guys over at the shop, and just kind of wondering like what the whole mystery of the creatures and the area that they're in is, right? And I think that a lot of people will generally have that same kind of enjoyment from the show. You know, that's the most fun aspect of this show. Aside from the like I said, the gore and that stuff is really cool. Like the monsters are cool. The way shit goes down when people get attacked and stuff is really cool. And definitely check this one out. Now, with that being said, let's get right into the spoilers here. Spoilers. Boop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Okay. So, at the end of this season, right? At the 10th episode, I'm left with quite a few questions more than anything, because you find out some things. You find out they dig a hole under one of the houses, and they find that none of the wires go to anything. And there's a tunnel under there where some of these monsters may have been living, with a lot of cave type drawings. The main guy, he's out and doing his journey, and he finds a lighthouse. You know, you hear a mysterious voice from a guy who kind of seems like he knows what's been going on, because they set up a radio tower and try to get a transmission to somebody. I mean, a lot of things go on. And it's hard to say we're really even doing a spoiler section in a sense, because there's just a lot of mystery about what in the hell is still happening and what these creatures are and where are they, right? So here's a few questions I have that I put at the end, right? Like, what the hell is Victor doing, you know, and what has he been doing this whole time? And where is he going to take Jim's wife when she falls through this hole under the house? He's just under there, right? That's some weird stuff. The sheriff, he gets trapped in a stone chimney-like place. Now, they show these trees. They're almost like pathways. And they show at one point somebody throws a rock through one of the trees, but then a rock falls out of the sky. I mean, it's totally bizarre stuff. And sometimes people end up in different areas, and he ends up going through one and ends up in a chimney type scenario with no door out, like trapped. What the hell is going on with that, right? And how do you get out of that? Now, my other question is, who was on the radio? You know, how do they know what's going on? Is this maybe a leader of the monsters, the vampire group, or whatever we can call these people that hunt them at night? You know, what is that? How is there electricity if all the wires go to nothing? Now, I have a theory that it's almost like, you know, the old Tesla experiments with wireless transmitted electricity that would light bulbs of a town or something like that. Like an evolved version of that, which then goes into my kind of theory that these are maybe all aliens and stuff, especially with the aspect of the trees moving and things going through them and teleporting. in a sense, like you throw a rock through one, rock falls out of the sky randomly, or you go through it and you're in a room or something with no doors. I think that's all hints that they could have been abducted by aliens, placed, brought there, collected, and put in a snow globe type thing that they constructed, right? And then you get a new bus full of people for the next season that get there like right about at dark. So like things are about to get real for these people, right? I mean, there's a lot of great questions. There's a lot of really intriguing stuff that they're going to be doing, I feel like, in this second season. And they better not play us out and take forever to get a second season out. Now, with that being said, again, I am going to give this show a solid 9 out of 10. All the characters are great, very enjoyable. There's some good humor involved. There's a lot of really serious aspects. The characters are very deep. The action is very good. All the questions that brought me into this show in the first place, I'm still very fueled by. They didn't really like dole anything out for me. Nothing got muddied by any major slowdowns in this show. Overall, just a really good show. Again, from season 1, definitely check this one out. 9 out of 10. Zukatube.
Feel like they tracking me. Yo, let me get on one. Nah, go get your tracks up. Homie, can I steal some? Homie, you can't stack up. My brother, can you shout me? You're barking up the wrong tree. My dog, why do you doubt me? Cause you can't do shit without me.
Real like the radio and never play it, but that's cool. The enemy's supposed to hate it.